So welcome back, everybody, to Yankee News. I'm in Belchertown, Massachusetts at another Donald Trump protest. Let's see how these conversations go. I'm hoping for some good, peaceful dialogue according to the protest website. They're here for peaceful protests, so hopefully everyone's respectful today. You can follow me on all platforms at yankeenews.1776.
Excuse me, sir. I was wondering if you'd like to do an interview as to what brought you here today.
Well, what brought me here was America. I'm afraid that America's beginning to fall apart with all the things that are happening in Washington, or right now are not happening in Washington, and we need to change that in some way.
Right. So obviously you're here against the current administration. Your sign says you're talking about dictators and kings and fascism, probably. So what exactly is this administration doing you believe is fascist or tyrannical?
Well, I believe that the administration has ignored Congress and has encouraged Congress to do nothing so that he can do everything that he wants to do.
Okay, and what specific policy or administration move would you be speaking of?
Well, there is, of course, having ICE in place, which I consider to be Trump's own army, and I equate it to the brown shirts of Nazi Germany.
Okay, so you're comparing, the SS and Nazis to immigration customs enforcement that targets criminals and civil violators?
Do they target them, or do they target immigrants?
Illegal immigrants, or they're immigrants, yeah.
Illegal immigrants, perhaps, but haven't they also targeted Americans? And
What Americans have they targeted?
they have targeted at least one veteran who apparently looked like and had a Latino name, so he looked like those that they were searching for, but they're pulling these people off the streets without due process as well.
Right, so ICE actually has every right to detain anybody under any circumstance, U.S. citizen or not. They have every right to detain you, and they do not need a warrant from a judge to arrest or detain illegal immigrants. According to Forms 200 and 205, they have every right to arrest or detain illegal immigrants. So how would you feel about that? They're actually following policy and the law.
Well, are they also following policy and law by shading their faces, not having their eyes obvious to people and their faces obvious to people? And no, I disagree with many of those sorts of things that are being done.
Right. Do you think it's fair to say that to dox a government worker like an ICE worker is wrong? That's why they cover their faces, because people are doxing them, releasing their families' locations, their addresses, trying to figure out who they are and target them. The cartels are even putting out hits on ICE members. So I think it's safe to say to wear a mask to protect their integrity and their life and their family's life is fair, right?
No, if they were truly doing the work of the people, they would go without hiding their faces.
Again, so if they have their faces out and they're targeted by the cartels and doxed, would you condemn that?
I would certainly condemn any sort of violence.
Right. So like attacking vice officers, shooting at them, ramming them off the road, which is currently happening in some states.
I would not support violence.
Okay, good. So if you believe they're doing something wrong, yet they are following policy and law, can you name me any specific attributes that ICE has that you believe are wrong and against the Constitution or law?
No, we're done here.
All right, have a great day, sir. There's another interview down.
Who are you?
I'm Nathan.
Who are you with?
Yankee News. I post on social media.
Okay, so you're an independent unto yourself then?
I'm Republican, but I post...
No, I wasn't saying that at all. What I was saying is as a social media person.
Independent myself. I'm not correlated to any news organization in any way. Yeah, okay. Independent, yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
So would you like to sort of elaborate on what he was saying, if you believe the same thing, that ICE is actually violating laws?
Well, it is. That there's no police force that is allowed to arrest people without due process, without, what am I trying to say here, without a warrant, without having their badge displayed, with their name displayed. If they want to mask themselves up, that's still, I don't approve of it.
Yeah.
And if they're feeling they're being threatened, then maybe they ought to review what they're doing.
Right, so you don't approve of it, which, that's just your own personal opinion, but according to Forms 200 and 205, they have every right to detain or arrest illegal immigrants without a warrant from a judge, but an administrative warrant That's according to policy and law in the Patriot Act.
Is that constitutional?
Absolutely, it is.
No, it's a law. It's a bad law, and it needs to be removed.
Okay, they're doing it completely illegally, but again, like I said, it's under the Patriot Act. They have every right to do that. They're not losing due process because after they're arrested or detained, they go to their court hearings. They go to their hearings to see an immigration judge, and then that process continues like it always has.
Does it? I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's when a ICE agent arrests or detains an illegal immigrant, they go into custody and holding, and then they go see their immigration hearings from an immigration judge.
So why when they arrest somebody, have to throw them to the ground when you hear them saying, I'm not resisting, I'm not resisting? Why are they doing that?
I see those videos all the time. They resist all the time. I've seen them. Absolutely.
No. I've seen the other videos where the guy's standing up saying, I'm not resisting, and he gets plunged to the ground. So,
Sure.
you have your propaganda side, and I have my propaganda side.
Sure. I'm glad you can say that there's views on both sides, which I do agree. I'm sure there's many cases, even in regular police officers, that they are aggressive or they abuse power a little bit. That does happen, and I do condemn that. It does happen. There are bad apples in the batch, but the majority of them are not that bad.
The majority of the good ones I hear are leaving.
I've never heard of that. ICE's numbers are going up right now.
My sources of information versus your sources of information. My sources say if you're a good ICE agent, you're not putting up with this immorality and this lack of law that the current administration has allowed.
Right, but ICE's numbers are actually going up. They're hiring more than ever. But also you're saying your sources, my sources, yet your sources weren't informing you on immigration forms and policy that are actually opposed to the mainstream media lies that are going around.
I don't understand your statement.
So you're saying they're deporting and arresting without warrants, which they don't need from judges, but I just informed you that they don't need that.
I've been told that they do. My sources, when I talk to lawyers, say yes, they need to have a warrant, not an administrative warrant, but a judge's warrant.
Well, I'm sorry, your sources are just inherently they're unfactual.
Once again, your opinion versus my opinion. This is why we need to sit down and have conversations.
Absolutely, that's what I'm here for.
Together and find out where we can meet in the middle, which is unfortunately what the Republican Senate and Congress is not doing right now with the Democratic side at all. So this shutdown is going to last until somebody sits down and says, how can we come together? And holding the Medicare payments in as a hostage, agree with us now, and we'll talk about it later, isn't going to work. So they need to come up with a plan B or a plan C immediately.
Yeah, I mean, I disagree with the reason why the government shut down. I think I have my reasons and my beliefs why I think it still is shut down, but I think we can both agree that both sides should be ashamed of themselves, both of them, because they are hurting not themselves because they all put money in their pockets. They're hurting us Americans, so I hope we can both agree on that.
I can agree with you on that.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Well, I'm glad we could come to an agreement here. I love coming in the middle and agreeing with people on the opposite aisle of politics. That's why I do these open discussions, is so I can have these conversations and actually find agreements with people, and that's honestly what makes me happy, and that's why I come out here and do what I do. Excuse me, ma'am, would you be willing to do an interview as to what brought you here today?
I prefer not to.
Okay, yep, you have a great day.
Excuse me, sir. Would you like to do an interview as to what brought you out here today?
Sure.
Sure. What brought you out here today to protest the current administration?
I think the administration is totally misdirected and not concerned at all with the average person's concerns, and is honestly trying to go in a fascist direction.
Okay, so fascist is a very strong claim, obviously, to make to an administration. So what exactly do you think they're doing that you believe is fascist?
It's not too strong for this administration. He's trying to consolidate power, not consulting Congress, not just ignoring laws, and doing what he wants to do for his own purposes.
Right. What policies do you believe are, going behind Congress's back and sort of avoiding the due process or, the process of the government?
Well, for starters, blowing up boats off the coast of Venezuela, that's an obvious one. Ripping down the east wing of the White House without any permits, processes, design review.
There's architects that are working with the administration to do that. Every president has done that.
They're architects he's hired. They're his buddy architects. They're not the architect of the Capitol apparently wasn't involved.
But look at what he's doing. He's paying for it himself, and it's not taxpayer funded.
That's bullshit.
He's
You know it.
and Obama tore down the White House to put a basketball court.
He didn't tear down the White House to put a basketball court.
He absolutely did the same thing. And even Nixon put a bowling alley in there. Presidents do this all the time.
No, they don't. You know, a bowling alley, you know, a basketball court isn't like ripping off the east wing of the White House.
Okay, I think it's a bit exaggerated because, again, a ball court, you know, like basketball court or a bowling alley is kind of selfish, I'd say. A ballroom can be used for all events at the White House under any administration.
This guy likes to throw events for his billionaire buddies. He wants a bigger place to have more billionaires come in so he can beg for money and make money in his own right off of his billionaire buddies.
How do you feel that he donates every paycheck salary he gets?
He doesn't, I don't care one way or the other whether he donates his salary or not.
Right, so where would he be profiting from? Because his net worth has gone down since his first administration.
The alliances he's made with these billionaires, the crypto people, his son-in-law arranging these private deals with Qatar and these other countries, he's making money himself.
Right, I mean, they're businessmen. They're not connected to Trump when it comes to the administration itself. They run Trump organization. Trump doesn't run it anymore.
Presidents will put their businesses into a blind trust and have other people run them. He does not.
Sure. So, like I said before, how do you feel that his net worth has gone down?
Who's Yankee News?
I'm Yankee News. I post on social media.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. So how do you feel that his net worth has gone down? Bill Clinton's has went over 200% and went up. So obviously that's impossible with their salary. So there's insider
What are you
trading.
talking about now?
So Bill Clinton, the Bushes, and Obama, and even Joe Biden, their net worth went up millions when their salaries are only 500,000.
They haven't gone up like Trump's has.
Trump's has gone down, is my point.
I doubt it very much.
It absolutely has. If you look online and you look,
I don't agree with that one bit.
so, I mean, he donates his salary from the White House. That's taxpayer dollars he's donating to organizations.
Yes, but he's using taxpayer dollars to rip down the White House.
He's not. That's his money he's using.
That's bullshit, and you know it.
He's using his money and his donors' money.
What he says.
And even
You can't believe anything this guy says.
he's also using his money to pay the military because the Democrats won't open the government back up.
The Democrats will open the government back up.
I hope so.
When they extend the health care benefits.
For illegal immigrants.
Yeah. He just sent $20 billion to Argentina. At the same time, he's cutting health care. He's cutting food stamps and all kinds of social programs.
Is for people who actually can work. People who work shouldn't be receiving benefits from the government.
Well, the sad truth is many people who do work need assistance because they can't make a living wage.
That's just not true. The people who are being cut from
Ask
SNAP.
the people that work at Walmart. Ask the people that work at McDonald's.
Many of these are part-time jobs, by the way. But go ahead.
Because the people who own the companies will not give them full-time jobs. They set it up so that they have part-time jobs and don't qualify for health insurance, don't qualify for pensions.
No one's stopping them from going to get a full-time job.
Yes, they're unable to get the education. Once you're in poverty, it's very hard to get out of it.
I mean, I can agree to an extent. I think you got to pull yourself out of poverty. But I believe, do you think lazy people should be on SNAP benefits?
No, I don't think lazy people should be on benefits.
I'm glad we can agree with that. That's what they're trying to do. People who, they're just saying,
Bullshit once again.
they're just saying you have to work a certain amount of hours. That's all they're saying.
No.
Well, I mean, I guess we obviously disagree on inherently everything there, but I'm glad you're out here representing your community and using your rights to protest. I mean, I think you guys aren't really protesting anything out here logically. Just my opinion. That's why I'm out here for
That's
open
your
discussion.
opinion.
Right.
We have very different opinions, which is fine, which is what America is all about.
Absolutely.
Which is why they shouldn't. that Trump and his buddies are saying the protesters are anti-American. They are nothing but American. This is what America's about. He's trying to squelch that. He's trying to control communications. He just tried to get all the news media to sign a pledge to go to the Pentagon.
That's different. They're stopping them from releasing classified documents.
That's cutting down information. It's cutting down free speech.
It's not so. In the beginning of this administration, leaks were coming out about the Department of War now, and then the Democrats were talking badly about. I'll let you finish. So they were talking badly, saying this is a lousy administration. Things are coming out, And then now they're trying to protect classified documents, and then now it's against free speech. Yet they're trying to protect the safety of our country and our knowledge that we have.
Protecting classified documents. They're trying to collect the classified documents so that Trump can make money off of it.
That's not even true, because they said that you guys can stay in the Pentagon as press, but if you something classified, we want to look over it first to make sure you're not releasing classified documents. That's all it was. They want to look over what you're releasing to make sure it's not classified, and
That's bullshit.
they're trying
They
to
want
preserve.
look over every release to make sure that it toes Trump's line.
They're just trying to preserve the security of our nation and our classified documents.
Not at all. Not at all.
Well, the press is still in the White House, so if that was the case, they would stop
why
them.
did all the major press organizations plus Fox refuse to sign the agreement?
I think they're all corrupt, including Fox News.
Yeah.
I hope we can agree mainstream media is pretty corrupt.
Excuse me?
I said I hope we can agree mainstream media is pretty corrupt.
Not at all.
Really, so like lying
No
about
more
Russiagate.
I mean, if you want to compare who's corrupt, talk about the Trump administration.
I mean, I think weaponizing a DOJ against your political opponent like the Biden administration did is far more corrupt than Donald Trump trying to preserve classified documents.
So who's weaponizing the DOJ now?
Not Donald Trump.
Absolutely. He's sending it after his
John Bolton?
perceived enemies.
I mean, John Bolton has classified. He was holding classified documents when he wasn't supposed
So
to.
was Trump. He had him in his bathroom at Mar-a-Lago.
Yet they weren't prosecuting fairly. They didn't prosecute Biden when he had it in his Corvette in his storage unit, which
Yes,
is also.
They looked into it.
But there's a difference. Donald Trump was charged for having them, but Biden wasn't, and he had them as well.
He didn't have nearly the amount or...
But they're not being fair. That's my point. If you have a little bit and I have a lot, we should still be getting charged as well, at the same extent of the law.
You don't know, and I don't know the details of either case.
I mean, I think it's fairly safe to
So
say.
you're turning that on and off when I agree with you?
No, it's been on the whole time. A 9-minute conversation. I don't cut conversations. You can find the full video of me and you talking on YouTube at yankeenews.1776.
I may look that up at some
Alrighty.
point.
Well, like I said, I respect you being out here. I'm glad you can have an open discussion with you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
So do we.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
Absolutely, absolutely.
We want to be able to preserve this
Yes.
so that everybody can discuss the issues rather than have people railroad disappearing people on the street and going in a fascist direction, which is where we started.
Deportation is different than disappearing people in the street.
Well, they're saying they're rounding up criminals. They're rounding up all kinds of people. Now they can round up people because they don't like their color.
Has
I'm
nothing
sorry.
to do. That's not
That's
true.
bullshit.
That's
You-
not true.
No,
they're
it is not.
They're deporting Canadians and Asians and Australians. If you're here breaking a criminal violation or even civil, ICE has every right to deport you out of the country if you're breaking a civil violation.
Yes, and so why are they rounding up people who have no criminal record, and some of them are U.S. citizens? They're just going off on the street picking people up.
Civil violations, I said, which you crossing the country, crossing the border illegally is breaking a civil violation, and you are under threat of deportation if you cross the border
You
illegally.
want to discuss their methods?
Mass deportation is needed right now. We had mass amnesty in the previous
Mass
government.
deportation is not needed at all. This country was founded on welcoming people.
Legally. Our system wasn't as strong back then, but it was legal immigration. It's about morality and it's about doing the right thing.
And most of these people are trying to do the right thing. They have a job, they're trying to work, they're supporting their families, and they are trying to work towards citizenship, which your buddy Trump keeps restricting.
It's not the same thing, though. They're starting off with a negative connotation. That's like if I broke into your house but decided to clean your living room. I broke in doing something wrong, but then I'm doing something nice for you, cleaning your living room. They're breaking in the country illegally, and then they want a job, which is, yes, it does help the government, but they're actually a negative net to local communities when it comes to taxes.
Not a negative net. The immigrants to this country are not a negative net to this country.
They absolutely are, especially
In
for
your
small communities.
opinion.
It's
In
a
your
fact.
opinion.
It's a fact that illegal immigrants, if they're working a job on the table, yes, they do take money out for federal taxes, but with local governments, they don't get money out whatsoever, which is hurting local towns like Belchertown if they're
Not
here working.
hurting local towns.
It is because they use ambulances, they use the roads, they use hospitals, which is they're not paying into.
And the vast majority of them, if you let them, will become citizens. They contribute without being citizens.
They need to come legally, though. I hope that we can both agree legal immigration is the way to go.
Many of them are paying taxes, just like all the rest of us.
Yes, but many of them.
Because you don't like them is not a good reason for deportation.
It has nothing to do with me not liking them. I love everyone. I want people to come here, but they need to come here legally.
It doesn't sound like it at all.
I just said it.
You're trying to make distinctions. These guys are worse than I am. I'm better than they are.
Many of them get paid under the table, meaning they don't pay income tax, but they will pay.
Who pays them?
Wait.
The businesses
One
pay
second.
them under the table,
So
so
they
they
get
don't have to collect the tax.
It's cheap labor, is what that is.
No, that's what all these billionaires are looking for.
And wouldn't you be against that cheap labor?
No.
We should be hiring people who are working here and who live here, not people who aren't supposed to be here and they're taking advantage of them.
They can hire.
But my point is, many of them are paid under the table, meaning they don't get income tax. They only pay tax on items they buy in the store.
American citizens are paid under the
So-
table because the people who run the businesses don't want to pay the taxes.
I just want to finish my point because you keep interrupting me. My point here is they're not.
I will
they're,
keep
they're-
interrupting if you stop talking nonsense to
So
me.
there's nothing nonsense about someone who's here being paid under the table. They're not paying income tax. They're only paying taxes on items they purchase. So they're hurting. They're hurting local. I'm full of shit.
Yes, you are.
Okay. So you should be for open discussions. Open discussions is what's going to save this country, sir. He's afraid to be on camera here, but there he is. He said, "Why speak to me? Why speak to a young man who just wants open dialogue with people on the opposite aisle?"
Why speak to fake news when Trump won't even speak to real reporters and belittles them, refuses to let them talk, interrupts them, and lies and lies and lies? You're spreading the same thing. I got nothing to say to you. Goodbye.
So he's claiming Donald Trump doesn't let the media speak, yet he has them all in the White House briefings still till this day. He does, yeah. CNN is in there. CNN is still there. CNN is still there.
He picks the media organizations he wants to come to the White House.
CNN is still there.
Throws the AP out.
You don't think he's going to broadcast any of what we say, except what he fingerprints out?
No, this is
I post the full conversations online. I do, yeah.
I don't believe it.
If you want to become my number one fan, you can look up Yankee News.1776 on YouTube. You can find
Your
it.
only fan.
I don't have an OnlyFans, sir. I know you'd probably be interested in that, but I don't have that. Okay. Hello, how are you?
Good.
Would you like to do an interview as to what brought you out here today?
What?
Would you like to do an interview as to what brought you out here today?
Sure.
What brought you out here?
I am very eager to get rid of this attempted coup by the tyrant king. And I love Belchertown. It's my home. And I feel like we really have to make our presence felt because tyranny is wrong by any way you measure it.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
No kings.
What is this administration doing that you believe is tyrannical?
Oh, violating the Constitution. I mean, I think that by arresting the people he chooses to arrest, immigrants who've done nothing.
Illegal immigrants.
What?
Illegal immigrants?
Well, legal immigrants,
What legal immigrants have been arrested without breaking any civil or criminal violations?
a lot. I mean,
I haven't seen that happen yet.
yeah, it's on the news if you watch.
Sure, yeah. What's your question? Well, I'm a human being.
Well, I know, but what is this?
Yankee News. What
Yankee
is
News.
Yankee News?
Why are you doing this?
I post open dialogue interviews with protesters. I think open dialogues is what's going to save this country.
Okay.
Yeah, I
But
agree
open
with
dialogue with a camera?
Yeah, absolutely.
Not open dialogue.
It is, yeah. I'm broadcasting it to people who
Why are you
also like open
broadcasting it?
dialogue.
Why don't you just keep it to yourself and talk to me
No,
about
no,
it without
this
that.
is-
It reaches out. It reaches more people than if I was just doing this just with me and you.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
I-
he
I
asked
get-
me
I get-
first.
I get
he asked me
views,
if I would
yeah.
be willing to be
Yeah.
interviewed, so it's okay.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
wondered what
No,
was
he
going
wasn't
Sure, yeah.
harassing.
So I will admit with you guys, I do disagree with you guys being out here. Why you're out here? But I'm here for open dialogue.
I knew that already.
Yeah, you heard over there. We're having a good
No,
discussion.
No,
but yeah.
I didn't hear. I could just kind of tell.
Yeah, there's many people who. There's a handful of people who do what I do out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure your heart's in the right place.
Absolutely. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't think deporting illegal immigrants for civil or criminal violations is anything wrong. He has every right to do it.
Not deporting. I said arresting.
He has every right to arrest them as well. ICE does.
But we were talking a minute ago about legal immigrants.
Yeah, if you can name me one case of that, I haven't seen that happening.
Yeah, if you look at the news at night, there are more and more people who are
I wouldn't
immigrants.
give this guy
for being
a
arrested.
minute of our time. It's not
Okay,
worth it.
all right.
I
Okay.
really wouldn't.
If you still feel open dialogue is great, you can. I mean, he doesn't control you. You're, you make your own decisions.
I know him.
Not open
We're on the
dialogue.
same
You're walking
side,
up to us with a
and we
microphone.
really
It's not
do
open
want
dialogue.
democracy back.
Right.
No kings.
Yeah.
no
So,
kings.
man, would you agree? Open dialogue is me
disguise of
asking you if you want a
open
conversation. I'm not forcing you to say anything.
No, I'm not feeling forced. I'm
Disguise of
just
open
saying.
dialogue. It's propaganda.
What is open dialogue?
Highest degree. Not what you're doing.
Define open dialogue for me.
I will not define it for you because you're trying to be argumentative and use arguments that have nothing to do with the reality of what's happening.
So everyone, he says open dialogue isn't what I'm doing. I'm out here asking people for open dialogue.
Do not film me.
I have every right to film you.
Anything that's on there, I want taken off. I want that taken off. Whatever you've done, take it off.
Even with
It's
someone
not
else.
your right to come out here and film people.
It's called the First Amendment.
No,
Have
it's
you heard
not.
of it?
You cannot film people.
Yes, you can.
No, if I take a camera and I take a picture of somebody, they will tell me not to do it. It's my privacy.
You have
You're
no.
encroaching on my privacy.
You have no right to privacy in public.
Yes, I do.
No, you do not.
Yes, I do.
No, you do not.
Absolutely do.
So what about the stores that have cameras outside?
Listen, that's a whole different thing. You're bringing this camera for an agenda.
So the First Amendment says you have
I'm
right
not
to
gonna
freedom
be
of
part of your
speech and
agenda.
freedom of press.
I
What do you think I'm
want
doing
my-
right now? I'm a journalist.
I want my picture off of that.
It's a video. It's a
Then
couple
get rid of
thousand
it.
pictures.
Then get rid of it.
I'm not getting rid of it. My name is Nathan Remillard. If you'd like to sue me, you can.
I'm not going to sue you. I'm just asking you to be civil and not put that thing in my face.
If you respectfully asked me, I probably would have taken it off, but you've been very rude, so I'm not going to. I've had people DM
It's
me.
rude to walk up and talk to people like that with a camera on.
I'm asking people to speak. There's a difference. So this guy is very entitled. He thinks that he has right to privacy in public, yet you have no right to privacy in public. You can speak however you'd like to people. You can record people like I'm doing now. I'm actually being very respectful. There's people out here who don't ask, and they just put the camera and the mic in your face. I'm actually asking people if they'd like to speak. So I'm actually being very respectful, but this man believes that he has the right to entitlement, which he does, but he's being very disrespectful, so I'm not going to take it down. I've had people DM me and say, hey, I respect what you're doing. Can you please take my scene off the video? And I do it because they're respectful and I'm a nice person, but he was very rude to me, so I'm not going to do that, actually. So I just finished up the anti-Trump protest in Belchertown, Massachusetts. As you can see, they continue to lie about ICE policy, immigration policy, the enforcement, and the administration. And you can follow me on all platforms at yankeenews.1776, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.